Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. We've just spoken to this lovely lady here, Mrs. Duplancy, who's selling some cakes, and we need to try and track down Father Roache by the sounds of things. I want to check out possibly going into the church first though, just see what's going on in here.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans.
Almost as tall as we are.
The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example.
Yeah, what's this?
Is that a necklace?
Could be. Can we take that?
Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it.
Alright, well, we'll take that.
Maybe I can reunite it with its owner.
Yeah, maybe. Some nice flowers.
Those have seen better days.
I guess they're not nice flowers.
A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
Nice, okay. What else have we got here? We've got the altar, obviously. It's a nice stained glass window up there.
Stained glass depictions of various biblical scenes. It's not my specialist area.
No. Standard church stuff, really.
This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
Hopefully not.
I've no time for such things.
Alright, well, worth coming in here then, because we got that necklace, I suppose. Not that we have any idea who it belongs to or what to do with it, but, ooh.
This leads to the church tower, I presume.
Can we go in here? No.
It's locked.
Locked. Alright, well, let's see if we can find where the vicar is, or the father, whatever we're going to call him. The lady there suggested that he could be out exercising. Oh, okay, we've got the church on the map now as well. Oh god, there's a lot of ways that we could go here. Oh! Beck! Boy and a girl, okay. It doesn't look like we can actually go any further than that. Let's speak to these guys.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder? No.
Well, that was a riveting conversation.
Hello there, my name's Thomasina.
Yeah?
Ask about himself.
How are you?
Go away!
Hob's Barrow?
Have you heard of a place called Hob's Barrow?
No.
Goodbye.
Well, they don't really seem... Oh, some
Damp
dolls.
rag dolls have been laid out to dry in the dreary sun.
Very descriptive, isn't it? I like it. There's a
I
Beck.
do enjoy the charm of a babbling Beck.
Okay, what about the girl? Is the girl...
Good day, little one. What's your name?
Hello, miss.
Oh, at
I'm
least...
Jane and this is my brother Wally.
Right.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Thomasina.
I'd introduce you to my dolls, but they're drying out at the moment.
That's fine. The Beck.
This is a lovely little Beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Ah, what about the dolls?
Your dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Nice. I'm hoping they're not creepy dolls that are going to come to life or anything like that later in the game, because I'm not about creepy possessed dolls.
Wally doesn't say much.
He's a mardy with me because he's bored, miss. He thinks he's too old to play with dolls.
I see.
Well, I mean, if you go over there to the village, they're giving out swords to 12-year-olds, so there's always that option.
Where are your parents?
They are picking apples from the big tree in our yard.
Nice.
Daddy and I sell them at the market.
Cool.
That sounds nice.
But they don't mind us playing at the beck, as long as we don't touch the Ammon's horn.
And what's the Ammon's horn?
What is the Ammon's horn?
It's over there on that rock.
Where?
Do you mean the fossil?
It's the Ammon's horn.
Right.
Daddy said we should never touch it. It will make the god angry.
Oh,
What god?
Ammon, of course.
really? Explain that the object is in fact a fossil. A little education goes a long way. Go along with the Ammon story. She's only a child. I mean, I feel like we just tell the truth.
Jane, this is a fossil.
It's a horn. What's a fossil, miss?
A fossil is an impression of a prehistoric plant or animal embedded in rock and preserved in petrified form.
Maybe...
This particular animal was called an ammonite.
I'm confused. It's not a horn?
No, it's the impression of a long-dead sea creature.
Well, I believe my daddy. He doesn't lie to me.
Fine.
Your father is somewhat correct. For you see, Ammonites were given their name for the Egyptian god Ammon.
See, I told you. It's Ammon's horn. My daddy is always right.
I guess so. I guess so. Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Alright, do you know about Hobbs Barrow?
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Jane! No, miss.
Ah, she
Are you
has.
sure?
I swear.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
The kids know it, but they don't want to talk about it. Alright, let's look at this.
Remarkable. A gargantuan fossilised ammonite. This would look fantastic on my mantelpiece.
Can we...
Hey! Stay away from that!
Alright.
Don't touch it!
Alright,
It's
alright.
bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn. I'm serious.
Fine.
Alright, well maybe we'll come back and touch that when the kids aren't here. What's this
Sweet
shrub?
little flowers.
Flowers, alright. Well, that was somewhat enlightening. Did we get that as like a fast travel spot? No, we didn't actually. Let's head this way. Ah, I can hear someone whistling. Oh, here he is. What's going on? Ugh, is he going to be sick? Why is he walking like that? Ugh. Okay. Right.
Very sorry.
What was that?
The shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Okay.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
What? I don't want to do that. Also, we don't have anything to do that with. So there's the vicar here. Ugh. I mean, there's vomit. What's this? Spectacles. I'm guessing they're his.
I don't wish to look too closely.
Okay.
The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor.
Maybe we can like grab some glass from that then.
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Okay. Oh, so we didn't get it. Can we use the glove then?
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove until I find its owner.
Oh, we can't. All right. Is there anything we can use to pick this up? We don't have anything.
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
I mean, what is wrong with you? So we can't get these because they're too sharp, but I feel like we need the glass.
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Okay, so I mean, we don't really have another, unless we can use the handkerchief, of course.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna do it. Nice. Okay,
This should work.
cool. Right. I mean, I don't really want to cut the vicar, but apparently we've got to.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
Why will it?
I shall do as you ask, Father.
I don't see how this is going to help. The blood letter. Okay. Did it work? I think it worked. Wait.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair.
Oh, okay.
God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roache, Vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So ask about himself. That was weird. I don't really know anything about bloodletting and why that would stop him from being sick, but then again, I'm not a doctor, so... are you feeling better?
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roache?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
I don't believe him. Are you from Bewlay originally? That was a suspicious story, right?
Are you from Bewlay originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Clever.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Well, let's ask about the church. It's a fine building.
St. Edmunds is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it you like? What is it like being the vicar here?
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
Okay, what about your congregation?
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
Leonard Shoulder, do you know him?
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewlay.
And he didn't tell you his address?
Nope.
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewlay on his behalf.
Thank you, Father.
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Can't be that big a place.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now.
Good.
A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Oh,
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit.
okay.
I'll be resting here for the time being.
Well, I mean, we've got more we want to talk about. Hob's Barrow.
What do you know of Hob's Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
Bewlay?
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
Yeah.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
Alright, I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
I don't believe that he ate a dodgy berry. Come on, there's something else going on here. It's all very suspicious. Alright, so we're going back that way. We'll try and remember where we went. Back past the church. So I'm guessing it's probably to the right of the inn.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
We have.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone.
Right.
Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Okay. I wonder if that conversation would have gone differently if we hadn't talked to her beforehand. Whether there'd be different options.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs.
Okay.
Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Do you know what? I actually don't know this. It's not Macbeth, I don't think.
Richard II?
Correct.
Yes.
You are well read, Miss Bateman. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favourite pastimes.
Desperately trying to recall my studies of English literature back in school. It was in there somewhere, but for a moment I had a mini panic thinking I wouldn't be able to recall it.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
It's very big and
Beautiful,
open.
is it not?
It is actually. A little bit overwhelming. Indeed, the moors are beautiful. I find them rather desolate. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I think it is quite beautiful.
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Tell the truth, Father Roache seems prepared to hear it. Lie, you might want to avoid a ton. Nah, let's just tell the truth. I feel like we're going to do I don't know if there's different paths, but I feel like doing the truth route is the thing we're going to do in this playthrough. I don't feel like lying to these people is a good idea, especially as we're like a newcomer. We probably want them to trust us.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roache. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Ooh, looks like we're getting a flashback.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
Haha, do we recognise the voice? Leave your comments.
Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I
Alright,
promise I won't.
we'll try.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
So this is the house we were at the end. Sorry, not the end. At the beginning of the game, wasn't it?
Mummy?
Is he dead? I feel like he might be dead.
Mummy?
Or about to die.
Daddy, wake up!
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all.
Ah, okay.
But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst Manor. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
That's really sad.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
God, this place is vast, isn't it? Made a comment saying how big could it be. Who's
Hello?
this? Huh?
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewlay.
I see.
Weird.
How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid.
Really?
But we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
What are we looking at? Oh, it's
Legend
like
has
a
it that
cairn.
this cairn has
Yeah.
stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
It's a big cairn.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
Onward we go. Interesting. The Devil's Toe.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roache was whistling away merrily.
So it turns out he lives a long way from town.
Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
From the mist, you say? Chickens!
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Nice.
Thank you for your help, Father Roache.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask
Of
you.
course.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. Duplancy about my little scene in the woods.
See?
She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind. as it
Something
is.
weird going on.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
Yeah, I will. Alright, but we'll do that in the next episode because we're out of time. There is something very strange about this place, and whatever was going on with him is connected to it in some way, I'm sure. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, Hobo, Numinous, and Coumadin, and I'll see you next time.